You've heard of Keystone XL. You've heard of Dakota Access. But as those battles play out in the middle of the country, a pipeline proposal is slowly moving ahead in the Pacific Northwest, and it could bring more oil and opposition than both of them. For decades, the TransMountain oil pipeline was a celebrated achievement. Shortly after World War II, a group of oil prospectors found black gold in Alberta, Canada.
Imperial Leduc number 1 struck oil.
The greatest oil discovery in Canadian history. But the oilers had one big problem. They discovered oil in Alberta, Canada, far from any major markets. So the Canadian government approved a new oil pipeline, and crews began digging a 700-mile trench across the Canadian Rockies. In 1953, TransMountain helped usher in the country's modern-day oil industry, and has transported oil to Pacific Northwest ports ever since. But things have changed. Canada's oil patch has gotten a lot bigger. It's now home to the third largest oil reserve in the world. There's growing demand for it in Asia, and one way to meet that demand is to expand TransMountain, tripling its capacity. So why are people upset about expanding a pipeline that already exists? More oil would mean 7 times more tankers in Pacific Northwest waters. More ship traffic means more underwater noise. That's bad for the region's endangered orcas. And there could be greater risk of an oil spill. But that's not all. North America is experiencing an energy boom like never before. And protesters believe cutting off fossil fuels from the rest of the world, by killing fossil fuel infrastructure, will prevent future CO2 emissions that cause climate change. But pipeline supporters say if oil doesn't come from North America's booming oil fields, it'll come from somewhere else. For now, that argument has the backing of US leaders considering Keystone XL and Dakota Access.
We'll see if we can get that pipeline built. We want to build the pipe.
Canada's leaders feel the same way about building an oil pipeline in their country.
We have made this decision because we are convinced it is safe for BC and it is the right one for Canada.
But the fate of the pipeline isn't sealed. Lawsuits have been filed, but the protesters have vowed to stand in its way.